Happy Thanksgiving. An awful lot has happened since Thanksgiving, and just wanted to get an opportunity to introduce our new quarterback, our QB1, as a lot of you like to refer to him. And this is a young man that we really believe in. It's a young man we believe that's going to give us an opportunity to ascend and become the team I believe we can. A young man I believe that really has got a lot going for him, especially who he is as a person more so than anything else. So with that, I want to welcome Madison and Carson Wentz to the Washington Commanders. Carson.
First things first, I want to thank the Snyders for believing in me, making the move. Excited for it. Thank Coach Rivera, his family, this entire staff. Just hearing in their voices since the trade, the excitement around here and the buzz around here, and just in this brief, time getting to know everybody in this building, I can see a vision. I can see a clear vision of hopes and dreams and where we want to go. And so for me, that gives me chills, gives me goosebumps, gets me excited. I want to thank the Colts for the opportunity last year. Made a lot of strong, awesome relationships with teammates, coaches, players, staff, and it's the hardest part of the game, honestly, for me, is leaving those relationships behind. But at the same time, it's the exciting part to go build and forge new relationships. And so I just want to thank that organization for the opportunity. I want to thank my family. My beautiful wife and 2 little girls are in the back. Hopefully they stay quiet for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. But they're along with me for the wild journey that this life holds, and they're my rocks. They're awesome. So looking forward to it, excited, and we can open it up to some questions.
Carson, John Keim, ESPN. I'm curious what the last couple weeks have been like for you, hearing all this stuff about you, getting the trade, coming here, and feeling, as you said, the excitement.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind, honestly, since life changed coming out of college. I mean, it's just been a whirlwind. Football-wise, it's been a whirlwind. Family-wise, got married a couple years now. I have 2 kids. A lot of things have changed, and it's exciting. It's honestly, it's an adventure. It's quite the adventure, but it's a lot of fun, and a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows along the way, but looking forward to it, coming in here and like I said, meeting people already that I can just tell very like-minded and have a vision and know where we want to go. Gets me excited.
Hi, Carson. Nikki Javala from the Washington Post. Were you surprised at all by how things ended in Indianapolis? And second part of the question is, what do you hope to show in your time here in Washington?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, definitely surprised. Definitely surprised. Anytime you're in a new place, you want it to work out. You want to be there. You want to do the best you can for that team, that organization, that fan base, and God willing, it works out for a long time. It didn't. It didn't, and God changed our plans, and here we are, and we're excited for it. And I just think, for me, I just come in and earn the respect of the guys in the locker room, the coaches, the fans. I know it's not going to just be handed to me. I look forward to earning that respect and hopefully, being part of something special.
Hey, Carson, Ben Standig with The Athletic. Obviously, it's only been a few days since you've kind of known this was happening, but presumably you and Scott Turner have already been talking about the offense. What kind of are you looking forward to about this attack that maybe get more out of you than perhaps in the last couple of years?
Yeah, just honestly had a brief conversation this morning, and I got fired up talking to him. Just for me, right when the trade went down, obviously knowing the talent that's already here on the offensive side. I know a lot about the defense. Gone against Coach Rivera's defense for years now, and competed against that stout D-line in Philly for a while. So I know a lot about that. But offensively, the talent that's around here gets me fired up, and I look forward to being able to push the ball down the field to those guys, get the ball out onto the playmakers, and make some plays.
Hey, Carson, I'm David Aldridge. I'm also with The Athletic. From your perspective, what do you think happened in Indy? Why? I mean,
yeah.
Why are you not still in Indy? I guess would be the simple question.
It's a great question. It's a great question and completely fair question. And sometimes I wonder the same. To be honest, I think it was a year that had highs and lows, ups and downs. The way we finished, the way I finished, was poor. And I think that definitely was tough to swallow and tough to finish like that, especially when we thought we had a chance to really do something special and make a run, and we just kind of collapsed, and I didn't play good enough, well enough at the end there. And so, things happen. I always believe things happen for a reason, and so, you get an opportunity. Still got an opportunity to come out and prove myself and play the game that I love, and I look forward to doing that.
Carson, Lou Holder from Holder Sports. I know you're a man of faith. How has what you believe in, how's it all worked together for your good, and what have you learned about yourself through this journey? I
appreciate the question. And kind of think back to the earlier question, just life. It's been a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind, and as a man of God and follower of Christ, it's been a lot of surrender, because you come in and as a man, you want to control everything. You want to, okay, this is what it's going to look like. This is how it's going to go, and I'm going to write my own story. But you learn quickly that God's writing the story. God's writing the story, and I just have to surrender and be obedient to that and put my best foot forward. And really cherish the moments that I have and build the relationships that I can. And the trade obviously was surprising and all those things, but again, it was another opportunity for me to trust God that He's sovereign and He's going to put me where He wants me to be, and for me and my family to come here and make the most of it.
Hey Carson, welcome to Washington D.C. Darren Haynes from WSA 9 here in D.C. Explain to me the mindset that you have now being back in the NFC East, knowing that you're going to take on the Philadelphia Eagles again.
Yeah, I'm excited. Coming back to the East, a lot of good memories. Spent a lot of time in this division, obviously. Back to number 11, what feels like home to me. So I'm excited. A lot of familiarity. Obviously, things change, teams change, defenses have changed, coaches change. But obviously, the same rivalries and all those things. I'll admit it will be weird that first time going to the link. I'm sure I'll hear a little bit of everything. Definitely am aware of that, and I embrace it. It's exciting, and I try and keep all those things at bay and it's just football. Just go play ball, and all the outside noise will take care of itself.
Hey, Carson, Moises Linares for Telemundo 44 in NBC Washington. Coach said you're coming somewhere you're wanted. What does it make you feel when you hear a coach tell you something like that? Yeah. And second, there was a lot of reports questioning your leadership. What do you say to that? And what are you going to do different here in Washington?
Yeah. So for one, reports are reports, and there's truth in some things and all those things. And if we're in this business trying to combat and argue every report, we'd run out of things to say, And so for me, I just try and be myself, get to know the guys, build the relationships, and I strongly feel I had amazing relationships with people in Philly and people in Indy, and loved my time there. And to your first part of the question, knowing that you're wanted and feeling that support from everybody in the organization means a lot. It allows you to go play confidently, freely, which I think ultimately will allow me to play my best ball and try and elevate everybody around me to the full extent that I can, and I look forward to doing that.
Carson, Scott Abraham, ABC 7 here in D.C. Welcome to Washington.
Thank you.
Leaving Philly, leaving Indy, two teams basically saying, we don't want you, we're done with you. How does that motivate you? How does that maybe light a fire for you?
Yeah, it's a great question. And so for me, I try to not use that solely as motivation. I know definitely it's humbling, without a doubt, to go from where I was in Philly to then being benched and traded. I'm aware. I'm aware of what that does, and I try and just stay optimistic. Just try and stay optimistic and positive, and just make the most of it. And so don't hold a grudge. Don't try not to walk around like there's a chip on my shoulder or any of those things. There's definitely refuels my fire for the game and my passion for the game to be the best I can be, and realize this period of time in an NFL athlete's career is a short window. It's a short window. Obviously Brady's playing at an old age, but he's still young, in terms of life. And so there's a lot to just pour my heart and soul into everything I got for this game for as long as I can. And make the most of it, and to come, like I said, to feel that I'm wanted here, and people believe in me and support me. I think it'll be a great situation to flourish.
Carson, Barry Svrluga from the Washington Post. You were playing at an MVP level not that long ago and got hurt and ended your season. where's your health, and what is your game changed because of the injury all these years later, or are you the same? Can you be the same that you were then?
Yeah, it's a great question, and yeah, it was not long ago at all. And so, injuries happen, things happen. Healthy, I feel healthy, health-wise, I feel great. But at the same time, as you get older, you see the game differently. You know, you try and pick and choose your battles and not be as reckless and those sorts of things, and play smart. And so, I'll be fighting that and battling that my whole career. And okay, when's the time to extend the play? When's the time to just say die and throw it away and all those things? And so trying to learn, trying to improve, trying to evolve. And you know, you can never just stay the same, especially in this game. You got to always just be trying to get 1% better and own your craft, master your craft. So I think physically I'm still the same guy, but mentally I think I can evolve and keep getting better.
Hey, Carson, JP Finley with NBC and 106.7 The Fan. A lot's been said about relationships, and now you're in a new situation. You talked about the talent on the offense. Do you know any of these guys? Do you have any relationships? And how do you go about building relationships with that whole locker room?
Yeah, I really don't. I really don't. You know, competed and seen a lot of these guys from afar, but don't have the personal relationships yet. And I look forward to building those. And how you go about it is you just, you know, be intentional. Be intentional, try and get around the guys. You know, I'll be getting together with receivers and stuff as soon as I can, and all of those things. You know, Terry, I remember, I think one of his first games when I played against him, I told him after the game, I'd love to throw the ball to you someday, just because I think he took a slant and went 80, and I was like, this kid's different. Never did I think they would all line up like this. So that's probably the extent of my relationships with guys on this team, but I look forward to building them.
Carson, Chris Russell, you've had some success against this organization with different coaches and different teams and different makeup in the past. Maybe not the last time you were at FedEx Field, but how has your thought process about this organization evolved over the years, and what Ron is trying to do, and the whole name thing, and all the different things that have gone on?
Yeah, I mean, as you get older, you mature, and you see life through a different lens. You realize there's a lot of pieces. There's a lot of things, and there's a lot of demand in this business. And so to see this organization and to come in, like I said, to see everybody, it's kind of stepping into something new. You know, for me personally, stepping into something new, but stepping into being the Commanders and kind of, you know, this new kind of era type of thing is exciting. It's exciting, and you know, it's definitely given me a clear vision of where this organization wants to go, and hopefully I can help get there. But yeah, it's definitely just being in the building is different than being a rival and all of those things, and so it'll be different, but I'm excited for it.
Hi, Carson. Matt Paris from the Washington Times. Chris Ballard was saying at the Combine that he thought the criticism of you was mostly fair and that it'd be a good experience for you and you'd learn from it. And I'm just wondering, what was your perspective of those comments, and did you grow from that criticism?
Which criticism specifically?
Just, he said,
there's a lot of things out there,
yeah,
good and bad, that I don't read. So,
no, yeah, just like the criticism about your play and just kind of the narrative maybe about you.
Yeah, I think just if you're referring to my play, I think it goes back to what I was talking about, is just trying to mature, trying to keep growing, keep evolving as a player. You know, running around and making all those big plays is there's a time for that. But you know, trying to just be smart and just keep the offense on the field, keep the ball moving, stay healthy, stay upright. All of those things are things I'm always trying to learn and take, you know, nuggets of info from different players that I respect or former players, and I'm just trying to always get better.
Hey, Carson, Pete Haley with NBC Sports Washington. This will be your third team in 3 years. Do you feel like this is kind of like a fork in the road for your NFL career, and this can kind of be a defining moment for you?
It's a great question, and you know, everyone has their own opinion on that. For me, I try to not make it bigger than it needs to be. You know, come in and play good football. That's always my goal. Put my best foot forward and let the chips fall where they may. And that's the mindset I've had ever since I was in college playing ball and got to the league. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my head down, work, build relationships, and hopefully look up at the end of the year and be happy with the result.
Hey, Carson, Sam Fortier with the Washington Post. Part one, how did you find out you were traded? And part two, I guess, what fired you up about that conversation with Scott Turner this morning?
Yeah, got a call last week from Mr. Ballard. I was in my backyard in Indy, and it was a beautiful day. And all right, change is coming. Change is coming. Time to go. And then just talking with Coach Turner, just his vision for the offense, how he likes to call things and push the ball down the field, and the playmakers around. You know, obviously he's got a much better insight to the guys around here than I do coming in right away. And so just hearing his excitement level with it as well, I think we're both pretty fired up.
Carson, John Keim again. How long does it take you when you hear that trade to switch from being like what's going on to then being excited about where you're going?
Yeah, everyone's different. Everyone's different. For me, I'm very forward thinker, you know, very type A. So it's like I don't have, in this business, you don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of time to process and to do all of that. And it's all right. All right, God, what's next? You know, what's next and how do I make the most of it? And so pretty much changed overnight and realized, okay, this is going to be home now. Figure, you know, there's a lot of logistics involved with that, especially with 2 young kids and a wife and family, and we have a foundation. You know, there's a lot of moving pieces, and so you take it as it comes and one day at a time. But yeah, it's definitely it's hard on families. It's hard on those the people that you care about and love. But it's also exciting to have a new opportunity, to have a new start, to see, build new relationships, and for me to be back in this division.
Carson, what would you say are the biggest things you've learned from your previous stops in Philly and Indy? And then separate from that completely, are you hoping to get up with some of the guys this offseason just to get in some throwing sessions or workouts now that things are in person again?
Absolutely, yeah. I will for sure be reaching out to those guys right away. For the second part of your question, we'll be doing some stuff hopefully this spring, and obviously with OTAs and all that, figure that one out. And then in the summer as well, look forward to building that personal relationship, but also the chemistry on the field. And then just as far as what I've learned, a lot. Got to deal with her in the back. Learned a lot about being a man and growing up. And for me, coming from North Dakota, being dropped into Philly, it's different. It's a different world, and so you grow up in a hurry. And so I learned a lot about off the field and then on the field as well. Just how can I keep evolving my game, kind of like what I was mentioning earlier. It's not all just run around and make plays, and these guys are fast. The D linemen that are 300 pounds are probably faster than me, chasing me down. So it's a different game. And so picking and choosing your battles and knowing how to stay healthy and be available and make the plays when you need to. It's an always evolving game, and especially in this position, I'm always trying to evolve and get better.
Carson, you've been a public figure for a while. Obviously, the last 2 years, though, things have been a bit more scrutiny. What's it like to learn how to deal with that, to be a public figure, to try to chase what you're trying to do in your life, but everybody is talking about you and scrutinizing you at all times?
Yeah, you learn quickly how to just tune it out, because at the end of the day, you care about the people that care about you and the people that are in your life. I think it can be hard on families. I think it can be hard on people that care about me and love me, but I don't usually know what's going on. I don't usually know what's being said. I'm usually a little out of the loop on that stuff, and just trying to insulate myself as best I can. And it's worked. I think it's worked in that regard, to just do my best. Come in, do my best, put my best foot forward. Don't worry about the outside noise. And I think also my faith definitely keeps me grounded, keeps me centered, to just keep me focused on what I need to do.
You got time for like 1 or 2 more? And Haynes again, WSA 9. What went into the outfit? How much time did you put into that, finding that?
Well, I had the jacket. I didn't know it would come in handy here. It was NDSU colors. And my wife did a good job of finding me a shirt that matched. Yeah, that's what went into it. Feel good in it, though.
Carson, Moises Linares once again. Now that it's official, have any of the guys reached out? Have you talked to anybody?
Yeah.
When you see this roster on offense, who do you like, throwing to Terry, Curtis Samuel, or now that J.D. McKissic's coming back, or he never left?
Yeah.
What does that make you feel, or what do you see?
Yeah, it's exciting. And, yes, a lot of guys have reached out and pretty much expressed the same, welcome with open arms, excited, all those things, both sides of the ball. And that's encouraging. Chase reached out right away. And I remember being chased around by him his rookie year, and telling him how much of a problem he was for me, and now he's on my side. So guys have been super receptive, and I look forward to getting to know them and building those relationships, like I said. And so it's a special roster. I truly believe that, and talking to everybody in this organization, they feel the same. And so offensively, defensively, I think we got the right pieces in place, and I can tell the vision is there from the top. And so that's exciting, and I look forward to being a part of it.
All right, thanks, Carson.
Thank you, guys.
Some photos off to the side here, and then coach will be made available on the side. And the helmet, solo. All right.